But earlier you talked about more time with the family, and that reminded me of your new startup, the kitchen.
Oh yes, kitchens.
Yeah, this is fascinating. I tried explaining it to friends the other day, but I just didn't give it. I probably butchered it. You know what I mean? Like, can you walk me through this again? Yeah, I love this.
Sure. As you know, I believe we all need more time with family, and that means many things. But one thing it means is reevaluating our time at the day level. One huge thing that takes up time every day is food. We really going to pick up ingredients twice a week and take the time to create 3 meals every single day of our lives? Right? That's 80,000 meals for each person, right? For
Jeez,
each person.
never heard it like that. But you can go out and order in.
Sure, yes, but that gets expensive, right? I mean, the average person can't do that for even a third of their meals a week, right? Let alone a family.
Okay, yeah.
So, and, well, in the past, this might have been okay, right? When there was no internet, when there were not many places to go for fun, there weren't many things to do. I mean, how many movies were released in the world 70 years ago? 30? Now, how many are there? A
At
thousand?
least.
And you have thousands of games to play. 70 years ago, you maybe had 30 that were realistically available to play whenever you wanted. In fact, back then, frequent cooking might have been a quite enjoyed and welcomed activity for many people, to pass time or as a skill to hone. I mean, eating, especially well, is important. Nobody's saying it isn't.
Right, yeah.
So now there being so much to do, thinking of meals, buying ingredients, preparing, eating, doing dishes, all of that, it is much easier to see now how much time that takes from us.
But some people like cooking.
Yeah, and you still could, right? But you just don't have to do it 3 times a day, right? Or 28 times a week, or 1,200 times a year.
Well, when you put it that way, yeah.
Yeah, well, and don't get me wrong, cooking can be a great activity, right? To bond with somebody, a spouse, with children, what have you. But things are most enjoyed in a stress free environment. And to some degree, it meant freeing up the massive time we spent around the food preparation life cycle.
I can see that. You enjoy something more if it's optional, right? You're not required or expected. Also, I do think people love eating together, like at a table in their home, but not necessarily cooking, right? I mean, in some ways, the stress of planning and shopping and cooking then lowers the enjoyability of eating together. You know what I mean? Even if at a table, because so much more time went into a single meal than the time spent eating it.
Exactly. Now, let's take a look at the other end of the equation, restaurants. Most people who have the idea to start a restaurant love to cook. You don't start a restaurant if you're somebody who likes to repair a roof or pay a trash collector.
No, of course not.
But starting a restaurant, every restaurant means maintenance, right? Building, equipment, managing staff, painting, cleaning, tons of things that are not within the original desire to open a restaurant.
Right.
And that's for every restaurant, right? All of them. And then, you have things like you have to pay more if you want your restaurant in a good location, and so on and so forth. So the idea was, let's turn this upside down and design something that targets the true inspiration for most parties.
And what does that entail?
Well, families would enjoy eating together more if they were less stressed, and that means the ability to eliminate the majority of time spent on the majority of their 1,000 meals a year. And chefs don't want to worry about a leaky roof, right, or broken stove, or finding more a reliable supplier or staff.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So we have, usually close to vertical farms, huge buildings filled with 40 to 60 individual kitchens.
Whoa.
Now, in these buildings, we'll have several Italian kitchens, several Chinese kitchens, American and French, Vietnamese, everything, each with their own menu. Our company provides and maintains the kitchen, buys and stores the ingredients, and maintains the building, all of it.
And they can focus on their menu.
Right. And our system is smart, right? So as they're cooking, our system sees their orders coming in and can predict, say, Kitchen 37 will need more chicken and broccoli soon, right? And a little bit later, those are delivered to Kitchen 37 using little autonomous carts.
Wow.
Each kitchen has a local refrigerator to store, its working ingredients.
Okay.
Essentially, the kitchen, which is equivalent to a restaurant, only has to worry about cooking great food.
And where do you eat it at? Are there tables?
At home. Ideally around a table, right? With less stress individuals sharing about their day or playing a game.
That sounds really great. So this is delivery only.
Yeah, but it gets better. So right now over here, if you have a family of 4, or let's say an office meeting of 8, and you don't want to spend time cooking, you'd order from one restaurant, right? That's okay, but we can go one step further.
Well, you're not going to cook in an office.
No, and what we do, we have an app. So imagine this, okay? Let's take an office scenario.
Okay.
You have 10 people who need to stay late for a meeting, right? It's 4 p.m. and the meeting's at 6.
All right.
The coordinator will invite their meeting's contacts to a meal scheduled to be delivered at 6:15, right? If the contact is already our member, they'll get an alert that says you've been invited to a meal at 6:15. And a few buttons. Use favorite meal, select a meal, opt out, or remind me later. And you can set up defaults, right? Like your favorite meal might be orange chicken. Or maybe you have 5 favorite meals, right? And you set it to random.
Oh, wow. Okay. That would solve a lot of problems.
Yeah.
I mean, if you tried to do that here with our services, that would be expensive. You know what I mean? If everybody chose from a different restaurant.
Exactly. So now we have happier people because everybody's getting what they want instead of selecting from a single restaurant, right? And so let's say you need to pick up milk on your way home. Well, you can add that milk to your meal and just select charge that to your account, but it's delivered with everything else.
Oh, cool.
Right? And all that food is sealed in a bag with an order-specific sticker, right? So you know the driver didn't lick your food or anything.
Oh, nice.
So sometimes what we see, not even a meal, but let's say your office closes at 5, right? And there's 40 people there. Well, if somebody scheduled a meal set for 5 p.m., and chose the option for self-pay, meaning each person has to pay, those 40 people can avoid driving to the store, or if they use to set it individually, avoid large delivery fee.
Oh, wow. So there's a delivery fee, but it would be less because I might only need a gallon of milk, but it's coming with a large order from everybody else.
Exactly. Some companies even offer as a perk to pay for the delivery fee. So a consolidated once per day delivery for the office, and people can get their shopping done by the end of the day.
That sounds you're saving them even more time and money.
The app is key, because it's so easy to use. It has defaults you can set, so you aren't required to go hunting around for a meal every single time. It allows you to get what you're in the mood for, and families love it too. Much for the same reasons.
I bet. I can see how it would shift the focus away from the time spent preparing for dinner to time spent at the dinner, right? Maybe making it more quality time, less worry, less responsibility. Because you're right, it's one thing to say water plants, but if you had to water plants 3 times a day, every day, that would over time, that's a chore, right? That would become a negative. Especially today's environment, where there's so many things to do. There's so many ways to spend the few moments we have here.
Yeah, it's been great. It's changed so many people's lives. And we also, as I mentioned, we still deliver groceries. So you can still cook if you wanted to, right? We also have meal kits. We have all the options for however you want to spend your time.
Yeah, time. That's what's limited, right? I mean, that's what we'd always appreciate having more of. Or more of to do what we want.
Yeah, meal preparation as the originally designed whole was extremely wasteful and stressful. As a proportionate of a lifestyle now, of so many options for ways to spend your time.
Man, I wish we had that here. Are you considering bringing it here?
I've talked to some people, Bezos is always interested in transformative platforms.
You talked with Bezos?
Well, like I sent him a few ideas I thought could be healthy on his platform.
Really? Like what?
His movie platform. I explained to him that he could not only increase rentals, but also increase purchases by altering the way he does it now.
How so?
I explained to him a marketing idea where you could say, for example, for 24 hours after a movie rental, you could have the option for buying the movie for the difference in price.
Okay, I rent a movie.
So you rent a movie, right? Let's say it's $5. I'm just making up numbers.
Okay.
You watch it. Then after you've watched it, you have 24 hours to decide if you want to buy it. And if you do, you get the rental price off the purchase price. So in a sense, it is immediately marketed to you as being quote unquote on sale.
Oh, yeah, okay. So this would increase both rentals and purchases?
Yeah, so you'd have more rentals because now people don't see their $5 rental as being temporary. It could, if they decide to buy it, it could save them $5, right, off the purchase price. I mean, they were already committed to losing $5 for the rental. So through their platform, that $5 could turn into a $5 discount. It's up to them, the buyer. And after they seen the movie, that movie for a limited time, say 24 hours, only costs them $15 to buy, right, instead of $20.
Oh, okay. So you're thinking is it would increase rentals because people would like the opportunity to not totally lose their rental cost.
Right.
And it would increase sales because the movie, perhaps off the feeling of liking it, also appears to be on sale, right? Like $5 lower than its purchase price.
Right. And even if you're on the fence about the movie, it's sort of on sale at that point. So it's kind of like an additional reason to buy it.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, I would totally rent everything from a place like that, if somebody offered that here. I mean, for sure.
Yeah, right.
And he didn't use it, I guess, huh?
No, I guess not. But he has his hands full.
Yeah, but if I find somebody that can help you bring your tech from your site over here, your ventures, can I have them contact you?
Yeah. Of course. Here you go. Has my
Gold, of
email
course.
number.
Whoa, this is heavy. What is this?
Solid gold.
No, it isn't. Is it?
64 karat solid gold.
Okay. So the email is nudepics at... Oh, this is a filthy domain. This domain address this is gross, man.
No. See, the first 3 characters are a word.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right. That's not so bad, yeah.
Then the next 4 characters are a word.
Oh, that's disgusting.
No. Then the next 5 characters are a word.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's clever. Yeah.
Then the next 3 characters.
This is sick. This is totally out of line, Paul.
No. Then the last 2 characters are a word.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see. That's nice. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. You should take the first letter of each word and capitalize them.
Oh, I knew you were a capitalist.